Tooth or Consequences is a great way to introduce young children, the target audience of course, to the concept of the Tooth Fairy, and it's done with a really fun narrative. This is the first segment in the 8th episode of the 2nd season of Mickey Mouse Funhouse, and Little Cream Puff, adorable Little Cream Puff, loses their first tooth. And this gives the gang a chance to explain more to the viewer than anything else what the Tooth Fairy is, what it involves with putting your tooth under the pillow, and the fairy coming along and giving you, I believe they said a treat. They didn't say, I don't think they ever said money. I think they might have mentioned a gold coin in reference to Willie, which I'll talk about in a moment, but I don't think they ever specified money, which I thought was a pretty clever tactic, because not every family might give money. They might leave, I was going to say a chocolate bar or something. I'm not sure if that's a wise decision, if it's about teeth and hygiene, oral hygiene, but I like the fact that they didn't exactly say the Tooth Fairy always leaves money, because not every family can afford that, which is perfectly understandable, or not every family believes in that either. But they explain that Cream Puff lost a tooth, so she'll put it under her pillow. The Tooth Fairy comes along, but the Tooth Fairy's kind of dejected, and they happen to see the Tooth Fairy because they're watching and waiting for her. And she explains to the gang that she's been trying to move Woodsman Willie's tooth after he lost his tooth, but it's a giant's tooth and she's unable to do it. So the gang decide that they will help her out, and they all work together to try and move this tooth. And that's exactly what happens. So we have a fun kind of little adventure part of the narrative. We also have information about what to expect from the Tooth Fairy. It helps to obviously make it less scary for young children, because I feel like, especially losing your first tooth, like a bit of your face has fallen out. That's going to be quite scary if you're unaware of it or weren't prepared for it. So I think it's definitely an important thing to have as a discussion with children. I feel like they could have included some information about, looking after your teeth and what to do if it's wobbly, i.e. don't pull it out, let it come out naturally. But that aside, I think they covered a lot of information, and it definitely can help to ease anxieties that young children may have about losing their teeth and what to expect when it does happen. Definitely a really good idea for an episode with a pretty decent execution as well.